Good afternoon.
Hello.
Well, it's nice to see you two.
It's lovely to see you.
Too.
Well, thank you very much for coming in on this this lovely Sunday afternoon. And look at that with corporate wear on as well. I mean, there's no mistake where you two have come from.
Yes, we aim to impress with our dress.
All the time.
So we've got Smile Musical Youth Theatre.
Yes, we are here.
Fantastic. Would you like to introduce yourselves officially to our lovely listeners?
Yeah. My name's Joe. I am the chairman, director, and choreographer for Smile Musical Youth Theatre.
My name's Sam. I'm one of the performers at Smile Musical Youth Theatre.
Thank you, Sam, and thank you, Joe. Now, Joe, we've met before, haven't we?
We have, yes.
Was it NODA conference?
It was the NODA conference.
And
yes.
was that about April time?
Yeah, it was. That's quite a while ago now.
Time just seems to. Or was it March? It was either March or April. It was one or the other, wasn't it?
It all blends together in the world of theatre, doesn't it?
It does. Once one show finishes, the next one begins, etc., etc. Now, I seem to remember last year you guys doing it. Was it We Will Rock You?
Yeah, that was our first ever show as a company. We did We Will Rock You.
Fantastic.
It was great fun, and that's why we were there at the NODA Day, because we were nominated for Best Youth Production.
Brilliant. On your first outing as well?
Yeah, it was lovely to be nominated for our first ever one.
Sure, excellent stuff. And you are a local Black Country outfit?
Yeah, I am. I'm born and bred in the Black Country.
Good man. And Smile themselves are based in the Black Country as well?
Yeah, we're based in Tipton and performing in Tipton, but now moving to Sedgley.
Okay, still in the Black Country?
Yeah, absolutely.
When you know, they might think they're a bit posher in Sedgley sometimes, but you're still part of the Black Country, kids.
Absolutely.
Brilliant stuff. Now, obviously, most people don't come in to see my charming, smiling face, which I don't understand why. I mean, you know, to be fair, it's neither charming or smiling most of the time, but hey ho. They do like to come in and obviously talk about forthcoming shows. So I'm assuming, Joe, you've got something to talk about.
Yes, we have got a show coming up very soon. We are doing The Lightning Thief, the Percy Jackson Musical.
Okay, now, I don't know a lot about that musical. I've heard it, and in fact, I've seen some social posts, not just from you, but some West End production as well that's about to happen this year as well. Would I be right?
Yes, it's coming to the West End not long after our production.
Fantastic.
So it's all coming to the UK now. It's becoming very popular. We had the Percy Jackson series on Disney,
yeah,
and now the musical's really starting to become popular too.
Brilliant stuff. So how exciting. A new bit of theatre happening over in Sedgley. So when you say Sedgley, that's got to be the Dormston Theatre.
Absolutely, the Dormston Theatre, beautiful venue.
Great venue, brilliant stuff. Now, Sam, so what are you doing here, mate? I mean, obviously you said you're one of the performers, which performers are great. What are you actually doing in the production?
So I'm playing Percy Jackson in the musical.
So playing Percy Jackson, although I don't know anything about this musical, I'm guessing, as it's called The Lightning Thief Percy Jackson Musical, and you are Percy Jackson, that's quite a decent part.
Yeah, I get a good amount of stage time, yeah.
Brilliant.
A good amount. You never leave the stage.
Fantastic. And what has been the best part so far about rehearsals and the part of Percy Jackson for yourself?
I think it's not a part I've played before. So
Sure.
It's pushed me. Like every single rehearsal, I thought at the start there's going to be a point where I get used to playing the role and
Yes.
singing the songs. There's never come a point where I've got used to playing the part or singing the songs. I'm
Okay.
getting pushed at every rehearsal.
So every day
I'm
is a
improving.
challenge.
I'm always improving, and I think as a character, he's just got such an interesting story.
Yes.
It's such a crazy adventure he goes on, so it's very fun to play.
Brilliant. Now, obviously, I know very, very little about the musical, and but I do know some bits, so we'll have a little bit of a chat in a minute, if that's okay. You guys are okay to stay for a little while?
Absolutely.
Brilliant stuff. Well, I am going to play some music next, and unlike going to see a new musical in a couple of weeks' time, this title from Waitress is It's a Bad Idea, but going to see a new musical is a good idea. You're listening to Steve on Black Country Extra. This, of course, is The Green Room. You're a demigod, so...
Or a half-blood.
Yeah.
Okie dokie. So I'm going to pop your mics back up. So, yeah, just no talking until my opening link, if that'd be great, because otherwise, yeah, the system will pick you up. fantastic sounds of Waitress. I think that has definitely been my earworm, just so I know what I'm going to be listening to tomorrow. I've not listened to that for ages. Such a great show as well. Fans of Waitress, guys?
Oh, love Waitress. I saw it in the cinema. We had the cinema screening recently, didn't it? Brilliant show.
Excellent stuff. Well, it was for those regular listeners out there, probably have heard me say this before, but it's one that I listened to the music initially and was just like, okay, it's okay, but I wasn't blown away. But when I went to see it, I think it was 2 years ago at the Grand at Wolverhampton, everything just fitted into pieces, and I just loved the staging and what they did with the ensemble. I just thought was so clever, and I went out and I was going, do you know what? That's in my top 10 now. Just really great piece of theatre. Now, talking about great pieces of theatre, no pressure. Who wants to tell me a little bit about The Lightning Thief, the Percy Jackson musical?
Okay, so it's a musical that premiered in 2016 on Broadway, and it's about Percy Jackson, obviously, who's a half-blood.
So when you say half-blood, so when I read up a little bit about it, so he's a demigod, would I be right? So does that mean he's a half-god?
Yes.
So I've only got a half bow to you.
No, he's half human, half god, but he doesn't know who his dad is, who is the god.
Okay, so his mum's one of us.
Yes.
Excellent stuff. Okay, so tell me a little bit more then about this this unusual musical.
So we meet a lot of demigods throughout, and Percy ends up going to a camp full of demigods because some of Hades' monsters are after him.
Ooh, okay.
And then when he gets to camp, he finds out that Zeus's lightning bolt has been stolen, and Zeus thinks it's him.
Have you been a bad lad? Is that what it is?
Percy
is a bad lad. Let's hope not.
Well, what happens then is off he goes to the underworld.
Okay.
Because everyone thinks that it's Hades who's actually stolen the bolt.
Ooh.
So off they go to the underworld to go and challenge Hades, but there's lots of twists and turns along the way.
Brilliant.
Lots of crazy mythical beasts and monsters that Percy has to fight.
Exciting stuff. See, it's all. I mean, obviously Hades is on the West End at the moment, and I quite regularly was playing tracks from that, and again some phenomenal music in that. It's great that when you look at Greek theatre, it's one of the starting points of our arts, and it's great to think thousands of years later that it's still it's still part of the storytelling. So
absolutely
brilliant stuff.
Greek myths have got such a big potential to be explored, and having the chance to explore that with the young people in the company through this really exciting musical has been great.
And it's bringing then and now, I'm assuming, together as well, because the bits I've seen is very modern-esque as well. But it's going back. We're going back, I suppose. The gods are still there, aren't they? In that respect, but yeah, it
absolutely brings it to modern day. I mean, we find out that the underworld is in Los Angeles in a record studio in The Lightning Thief, so they absolutely put a modern twist on it with a lot of comedy as well.
Sure.
So it's really nice to bring those two worlds together, which has been a big challenge as a director.
I can imagine.
But it's been so much fun.
Brilliant stuff. Now, obviously with yourself, you don't just direct, you choreograph as well.
Yeah.
Excellent stuff.
It's been quite a fun one to choreograph as well, because there's so many different styles of music in it. I mean, the majority of it is that pop rock kind of feel.
Excellent.
That very contemporary musical kind of feel. But we've also got a folk song in there. There's a big, huge disco number in Act 2, which is loads of fun. So it's been quite a challenge, because not only have I had to think about, well, how am I going to get this person to fly across the stage where I can't actually rig them up and make them fly. And then on top of that, I'm going, right, here's a huge disco number now. So it's been a real challenging show, but it's pushed me, it's pushed the kids, and we've all grown. And we've all just had the best time, and we hope our audiences have the best time. Well,
I'm pretty sure that they will. I mean, you're so passionate about the project, which is great. Now, Sam, how long have you been involved in theatre?
So I'm quite new to it in retrospect. I started 3-4 years ago.
Okay.
When I did Oliver, the musical at a school, and I just fell in love
with it. Brilliant.
So I went to college to do performing arts, and I heard about Smile from my friend at another theatre. Yeah. And I thought, it's a new company, and he was really bigging it up. And I actually wasn't going to go to the open day when I joined. But
you're glad you did?
No, he said to me, "Oh, Sam, I booked you in to go to the open day at Smile," and I said, I'm busy, and luckily it ended up getting cancelled.
Sure.
So I was like, well, I've got something to do. And
fantastic.
now I'm here. I'm enjoying it. It's very
good man. That's what we like. So yeah, you must have, see. I was 14 when I first took to the stage. Well, from different from school to stepping up into the world of local theatre. So good on you. What sort of musicals do you like listening to?
Dear Evan Hansen,
yeah,
definitely.
Brilliant.
That's what made me fall in love with it.
Okay.
100%. One of my first shows that I went to watch as well.
Great stuff.
And one of the best shows I've watched is Newsies. All disciplines. It was incredible.
Definitely. Troubadour Theatre, I was going to say. That was, great run there. So, right, let me have a look what I can put on the playlist next for you. So, right, here we go. So, from Dear Evan Hansen, this is Waving Through a Window. There we go, the fantastic sound of Dear Evan Hansen. Now, have the dates and things been released now for the UK tour of that, or am I out of step at the moment?
I think they have. I'm sure they have. I'm sure I've got tickets. You've got tickets, haven't you, Sam? When is it?
It's in Birmingham for October.
Right. Okay. At the Hippodrome, I assume.
I think so.
Yeah. See, I'm out of sync at the moment. See, in my head, I know I've talked about it before, but I know I haven't booked tickets. So bear with me whilst I'll scribble on my pad, Dear Evan Hansen. This is really exciting for everyone listening, so apologies, but if I don't do it now...
It is a great show.
Yes.
I mean, I first saw it on Broadway.
Wow.
Which was insane.
I can imagine.
And the reason why I've got tickets for the tour is that they're doing it slightly differently.
Okay.
They're bringing in an ensemble, which isn't normally, so I'm excited to see how they're going to change
the differences.
it.
Yeah, absolutely. Brilliant. Well, I'm in credit at the moment with Birmingham Hippodrome because obviously Bonnie and Clyde was cancelled that we were supposed to be seeing in September. So I definitely need a substitute. So, and I do want to see Dear Evan Hansen. So, little job for later. Excellent stuff. Now, talking about other shows, Unfortunate finished at Birmingham at Wolverhampton last night. Now, Sarah and I went to see this at the Hippodrome a couple of months ago and we raved about it. Such an amazing show. And I think quite a few of our friends went over to Wolverhampton to see it. Show you've seen yourselves?
Yeah, I've seen it twice.
Twice?
I saw it.
That's just greedy, that is.
I know. I saw it in its very first developmental run.
At the Fringe?
Yes.
Wow.
And it was really great then, but it was quite short.
Yes.
So then when I saw it was going back on tour, I went again, and it's grown, and it's even funnier and even more outrageous, but it's just such a fun piece of theatre.
Absolutely, it's not very child friendly.
Oh, absolutely not. It's not The Little Mermaid. Please don't get confused.
Definitely not. It did make me laugh when we went to see it, and there were a couple of families there with proper little children, and I was thinking, from what I've heard about it before I'd seen it, this isn't really family entertainment.
Yeah.
So, brilliant stuff. Now, talking about family entertainment, the Lightening Thief, is that one for the whole of the family?
Absolutely, it is for the whole family. It comes from young adult children's books because they were originally books by Rick Riordan, which I remember reading when I was about 10, 11.
Yes.
And he wrote them for his son. And the part of it that I really like, because I work with children, like because I'm a teacher in the week, I do this on the weekends, is Percy has dyslexia and ADHD, and they turn those into kind of his superpowers.
Brilliant.
And it's really lovely and empowering for young children.
Yes,
but
indeed.
It's also got lots of fun for the older families and a few references for the adults that the children won't get.
Yeah, it's always nice to have those. I'm terrible, I must admit. When I'm in the audience, and the amount of times people have gone, "Oh, we love it when you're in the audience because we can hear you laugh." And I go, "Yeah, but sometimes I'm laughing ahead of the audience because I've picked up on some bits and pieces that not for everybody, but but it is nice when there's some adult humour in as well as obviously stuff for everybody, really."
Absolutely.
So that's great stuff, and I think it is important. I had a guest in a couple of weeks ago, and I don't know what labels there are on conditions and stuff like that, and I'm sure he wouldn't mind me saying, but he's the first to say is he finds it quite difficult to control himself in certain circumstances, and he was an absolute angel when he came in for the interview. But when I see him on stage and see how much patience and just ability that the lad has got. But you know, if you're in a social situation, he's like a live wire. He's like a bottle of pop. He always wants to be doing something. But theatre has given him a platform really where he can control things, and you just think it's such a credit really. And people have to work hard, both from a director, choreographer, as well as the performers themselves. It's a true team effort, isn't it? Really,
it is, and there's lots of people you couldn't do it without.
Sure.
So I've got such a great team at Smile, and I couldn't do it without any of them. And all of the kids are great, and they're such a great team, and it's lovely to get to work with so many talented young people.
Brilliant stuff. Now, because we've mentioned Unfortunate, I can't play anything from the show because there might be too many expletives in. So I am going to go old school, and I am going to take you back to, it does parody The Little Mermaid. So from The Little Mermaid, this is She's in Love. You're listening to The Green Room. That's your favourite track from the show, and I didn't even know that.
Yeah, it is. I love that track. I wouldn't say Little Mermaid is one of my favourite shows, but the music in it is great. Alan Menken is a really talented composer.
Absolutely, yeah. I had the honour of crewing for it in the Fly Cruise a couple of years ago, so I got to listen to that every night. Although I never saw it, apart from 30 odd foot up in the air. So safest place to see it. Now, talking about seeing things, how can people come and see your fantastic show that's on is it less than 2 weeks?
It is less. This time in 2 weeks it'll all be over.
Oh blimey,
so
okay.
You need to get your tickets quick before you miss out. So we're on the 26th and the 27th of July, so that's a Friday night, Saturday matinee and Saturday night at the Dormston Mill Theatre in Sedgley, and you can get your tickets by going to ct.co.uk/Smile Thief.
Fantastic. And we'll just give our boys and girls out there, or our regular listeners, know the rules. They have to have their pen and paper ready. Yes. But if we can give them that link again, that would be great. So absolutely. No pressure. You all got them? Can we have a quick show of hands? Who's got their pen and paper? Yeah. Come on. Chop, chop. But okay. I appreciate you're hiding behind the sofa, but there's no excuse. Right. You've got 3, 2, 1. You've got it. Excellent. They've got it.
Okay, so you can get them at ct.co.uk/Smile Thief.
Fantastic stuff. And that's the 26th and the 27th of July, a Friday night, a Saturday matinee, and then a Saturday night. Yeah. And then that's it. Game over. On to the next one.
Yeah, straight on. No rest for us in theatre. As one show closes, another must open.
Definitely. And you've said you've got Panto again afterwards.
Yes. Oh, yes, we have.
Oh, no, you haven't. No, you definitely have.
Yeah, we are doing Hansel and Gretel, the pantomime.
Brilliant.
In January at the Gospel Oak School. We've got our open day on the 4th of August. So if anyone's 11 to 19 and fancies coming and giving us a go for free, our open day is always free. Come and have a go. We're doing Hansel and Gretel, the pantomime, which I've written myself. I've written a few pantos over the year. And
great stuff.
This one's been quite interesting because I've never seen it as a pantomime myself.
No, I was going to say when you said the title when the last song was playing, and I was like, I've definitely not. I've been around in Pantoland for many years, and not come across Hansel and Gretel. So it's nice to have a new challenge.
Absolutely, I like to keep myself on my toes.
Brilliant stuff. And I've seen your social day, or your open day, not a social day, an open day advertised on socials. Yeah. And you guys are on Facebook and also Instagram, aren't you?
Yeah, we're on Facebook, Instagram and TikTok. Although don't ask me about TikTok. I don't really know what that's about.
Definitely don't ask me either. I normally call it Tic Tac, but I think that's a mint, isn't it, or something like that. So brilliant stuff. So with the open day, what generally happens with the open day, Joe?
So on the open day, you get to meet me and the team and all of the existing members. We'll play some games, we'll have some fun, we'll learn a song and a dance from the show, and we'll also learn all about what's going on in the show and the auditions and the parts. It's with Panto, because it's my script, we get to look at a bit of the script, because obviously it's hard to research a Panto that's never been done before. Sure. So we look into that, and we just have a really fun first session. And then the wheels start turning, and we crack on and get on with the show.
Fantastic. So we'll say with one show not even finished yet. We're planning on the next, which is good. Yeah. But Sam, for yourself, are you going to be taking part in Panto? Do you think?
100%.
Oh, good man.
I think Joe might kill me if I don't. So.
Sam is not allowed to leave until he goes off to university.
Oh, excellent. Are you got a place at uni at the moment?
No. So I decided this year to give myself a break.
Okay, having a year off.
Yes, gonna get some money behind me, enjoy what I do,
good
try
man.
and improve myself in my trade, and then hopefully audition next year.
Brilliant stuff. And are you looking to do performing arts at uni?
Yeah, musical theatre.
Great
definitely.
Stuff. Excellent. See what? Yeah. There's too many sensible folks in the world. You've got to follow your dreams. Exactly. So sadly, I had 20 years of banking in my life before I was allowed to follow my dreams. But yeah, a bit of financial security does help. But yeah. If you can follow them sooner than later, absolutely. I'll take my hat off to anyone who has got a passion for it, because that's what it is at the end of the day, isn't it? It's not something we almost choose; it chooses you. So, and clearly, as I say, you're in the right place at the moment. So, great work.
And it's such a privilege for me to watch all these young people do what they love and their passion. It's the loveliest thing. And as all of my kids will say, I get very emotional on show week.
We all do.
But I'm sure Sam will succeed in drama school there. And if you come and see the show, I'm sure you'll all agree with me.
Yeah, definitely. That's brilliant. Now, guys, do we have any fans of Sister Act in the building?
Oh, I do love a bit of Sister Act.
Great stuff. Now, I'm going to take you over to the world of Sister Act. And this is I Could Be That Guy.